Last night sucked. Uh, I only got like 2 hours of sleep, or I was supposed to wake up at 8 to start doing a job, but I couldn't fall asleep until 6 in the morning. I felt terribly uncomfortable. Best way I could describe it is not feeling as though my body was how it should have been in order to fall asleep. I don't know. I felt overly warm. Every little movement, touch, sensation made my mind race around it to where I was tossing and turning endlessly for like a good solid 10 minutes. Um, I had to leave the room because I was afraid to wake up my girlfriend. And then I came back around 6 in the morning and she decided to go into the other room and sleep because she feels guilty that it's her fault that I don't get sleep. But that's not true. I talked to a few people of that community that I mentioned not too long ago, and they gave me some advice about stuff regarding sleep. Um, I have a few things to look up, a few things to try. I'm going to try to make habits, better habits for sleep. Um, Meditation, I know for one. Um, Breathing, I've got to get the breath um, situated to prepare my body for sleep. Um, I don't know the terms, but it's very tai chi, if anything. Someone said that there's I don't know how to pronounce it, but a high that you can get from tea, um, or a euphoric point from like a tea drunkenness. I forgot what it's called. I just read it this morning. Um, I don't know how I feel about that as a part to help sleep because it's green tea. It's high quality green tea. I'm not poor. I'm not rich. I'm kind of middle to lower class, so affordability is not available. However, I have a plant local to my area that grows like everywhere around me called Yaupon. Yupon. It's a Texas local Native American, uh, popularized by early Native Americans for a caffeinated drink. It's, I think, the only natural plant around here that has caffeine. I don't know the L-theanine content of that tea. Like green tea has L-theanine, but that's a particular plant. Uh, Yelp, however you pronounce it. The local tea here, I don't know too much about the contents and biology to be able to produce precursors for things or I don't know the chemical construct of this tea. Um, yeah, last night sucked. I ended up taking a portion of a small, very light gummy. It's THCA and CBD, not THC. So it's not strong. I never needed the strong stuff. I can make a THCA pre roll last almost 2 or 3 days. Um, I don't chase high. I chase balance and focus. I get to a point in that elevation of use, I guess. And then once I hit that point, I let it ride down, and then like 2 to 3, sometimes 4 to 5 hours, I'd take a couple of hits and get to that small point. I don't like, I do not like the feeling of getting high. So I don't know exactly what microdosing is, but I've always considered myself microdosing hemp products. I am taking a supplement. This stuff. Is this mirrored? It's mirrored for me, so I don't know if it's going to be mirrored for you. It's a mushroom mix. Contents. Glare. Here you go. Yeah, it looks mirrored. Oh well. I take that every morning, first thing. I also take magnesium before bed, bamboo extract for training that I do, Himalayan, pink Himalayan and Celtic sea salt for mixing in water, generic GNC multivitamin that I off and on take for different reasons, uh, fish oil for heart health, and a couple more, but they're not in arm's reach, and I feel lazy. So, I practice health and sleep and meditation and yoga and stretching and everything like that. Like, I'm sitting on my bed right now. I exercise. I have like body definition, I guess. I'm not really bulky, but I'm flexible, fast, and strong. So it's not like I don't actively try to get better sleep or whatever. Um, there are these things. I know this is controversial for a lot of people, but who cares? There's these things called the gateway tapes. A guy named uh, Bob Monroe. I don't know. I'm probably mixing names, but he did this thing. He called it out of body experiences when like he did that, and then the CIA took him in, did a whole bunch of research, and so on. So I never really experienced anything when I did that earlier, like 2 years ago. It just really helped me relax and put me to sleep. But um, there's an issue with comfort and headphones and sleeping with headphones. And my ear, I have one of those ears that just don't take ear pods. It just rejects them, so it slowly falls out. No matter how small I get them, I'd have to custom make things like a friend of mine did. But again, I'm middle to lower class, and that when he made his custom, they were pretty expensive. I think his insurance covered it. Correct me if I'm wrong if you ever watch this, friend. Um, so I used to dream a lot. I think I mentioned this was in my last video, but I used to dream a lot, and some pretty cool dreams, pretty cool experiences in the dreams. Um, and I missed that. I tried the Gateway experience to be able to bring it back somehow, because it's tied to conscious thinking while everything else is asleep. I do believe in lucid dreaming. I do believe that wherever our mind goes in dreams is not dictated by time. I don't know how to explain that better, but I mean, you all probably had a dream where it felt like you dreamt for hours when it was really like only a few minutes in REM sleep. So, I don't know. I'm trying to be able to dream again because I think I lack a sense of creativity that I used to have. Um, I don't know. I just miss my dreams. There's a lot of trauma that I had to deal with when I was younger. Uh, I don't really hold on to that trauma as a sense of wonder or need of explanation or anything like that. Like I can honestly right now tell you all the really bad things that happened to me, and it's just like telling an origin story. I've come to accept that I am the way I am because of what happened. If I start denying what happened in the past, then I'm kind of denying who I am now, and I think I'm a pretty all right person. Um, I don't really do regrettable things. So, I mean, I've had done regrettable things, but that's when I was still trying to rationalize why things happened in the past. And then when I realized that, it's foundation work for who I am becoming, you can't really dig underneath and pull out the foundation and expect everything to be okay. You have to like adapt to the foundation that you are given, make something of it. So, but then in this community that I joined, that I mentioned in the last video, one of the people who made the community said that he went through a regression therapy to see like what's really going on in the back, like in the core of your consciousness. And he said that he had the experience. He's a really private person. I won't mention him actually because of the privacy that I respect. But he said that it helped him, but due to his private nature, he didn't really go much into any of it. He just said that it happened and it helped. I have a lot of thoughts on that, and after his regression therapy sessions, I think he got some stuff out. He ended up having an out of body experience, and this led him onto a journey, and he became who he is now because of this journey. He's not a different person per se, but it's like he carved a path because of this journey that he took. And I have a lot of questions. I have an opportunity to be able to ask him these questions, but they're really freaking invasive sounding almost if you don't understand where the questions are coming from, what kind of information that I'm trying to gain from asking these questions rather than trying to just get personal information from someone who keeps his personal information personal. Uh, there is a fear of asking them those questions. I do have RSD, um, but the amount of acceptance that I gave myself lately, the RSD doesn't affect me as much. Uh, but it trickles every once in a while, really small gray lines of, could this be RSD? Could this just be common worry? Um, so I fear that my questions may be a little too personal and may be taken the wrong way. Um, he does have a lot of followers, so I am sure amongst those a lot of followers, he has run into people who are just trying to gain that personal information to just say, hey, I know more about you now or something, um, which, is understandable. So I don't want to sound like I'm doing that. This is a really deep and personal situation for me. So, uh, gleaming any kind of information that would be able to help rationalize and guide me into knowing exactly why, how, and to what end his experiences with the regression thing gave him. I don't need to know personal information because that's just unnecessary. But I'll wait until the next Q&A that he has in his server. So I don't want to sound that's concerning because I don't want to sound like I'm one of those guys. And because I was isolated for a long time, not adapting to social standards that everyone seems to need to adapt to, my differences come off a little brighter than other people's differences. So it's spotted and concerned about more so than uh, curiosity to know the differences, which is a very human thing to do. Uh, is just to say, hey, that's different. What the hell? Uh, so I understand why these questions would cause concern. It's asking someone who has a private life uh, about his private life. Anyone would think that. So I don't think my precautions and concerns could be RSD related, though might be fueling or something regarding that. Either way, um, I want to start getting habits. I've been reading Atomic Habits, and I don't have it, but I forget what book it's called. It's called The Edge something. It's about habit building, and I want to say my autism has been never helpful when it comes to habits like this, for instance. Um, Supposedly, my mom was doing drugs when I was in her womb, and DNA traits could have bad addiction genetics or something. So, chemical addictions for me, like nicotine and stuff, could hit harder for me than the average. So, I can rationalize that, and it's really hard to stop. Um, but other habits for my sleep, health, mental states, and so on, I need to start keeping in mind. I'm going to try to start the gateway tapes. I know I fidget a lot. I'm going to start getting the gateway tapes going again, even if it helps me relax before bed and puts me to sleep unwillingly or unknowingly. Um, Great. I can get sleep. I would like to experience an out of body experience or something possibly weirder, but we'll see. Uh, so, yeah, second video.